Hi, I'm Gaz. I make videos about lots of different things, and in today's video I'm going to tell you about how I almost got killed in Manila. So stay tuned to the latest episode of the G-Log!
Meet radio and television personality Gaz Reynolds, the founder of World Domination Records and Great Drive Driving School. Like, comment and subscribe to be part of the journey. This is Gaz Reynolds, the G-Log.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the G-Log. If you're a repeat viewer, i.e. one of my subscribers, or somebody who quite often pops into my channel, welcome back, and well, you're used to this insanity by now. I'm a little bit wacky at times. And if you're new to this channel, don't worry, you're in totally safe hands. I'm just a little bit crazy, but I have a very serious side to me as well. And today, I'm actually gonna be a little bit more serious and tell you about something that happened to me in Manila when I was out in the Philippines. So it's a story time video, and it's quite a good one, I think, anyway. Okay, so today's video, story time. Go and get some popcorn, maybe, I don't know, some ice cream, and settle down for today's special story time by me, Gaz Reynolds. A couple of years ago, I got married for the third time, and my lovely wife, Elsie, who's probably watching this video now, will remember this story. We went to the Philippines to get our marriage license, and we actually got married in Cebu City, where my wife lives, but we had to go to Manila to actually get our marriage license. Now, I have to say I really liked Manila, but I also found it very, very dangerous. But to be quite honest with you, I didn't realise how dangerous it could actually be for a foreigner. And I have made a video on this subject before, but I didn't go into specifics about this particular story that I'm going to tell you. Now, my wife and I, we were staying in a really, really lovely hotel in Manila. Can't remember the name of it now because it was a couple of years back, but it was really, really nice. And what concerned both of us, remember my wife's Filipino, was that there was a lot of, well, the only way I can describe them was gang members all hanging around outside the hotel. So the hotel had security to protect all of their customers in the hotel, but as soon as you left the hotel there was no one to actually protect you. So basically we hired like a chaperone who was also our driver, and he was pretty good at protecting us. However, there was one occasion where we didn't have him one day, and we just decided to go out by foot, and we soon discovered that wasn't a very good idea. Now, I'm actually very well travelled. I've travelled at least half of the world, I'd say, over the years, and so I should have really known better. But I was actually wearing quite a lot of Indian gold, and I was walking down the road, and in fact, to be quite honest with you, my wife and I, we were sort of caught up in the moment, so we wasn't really thinking about safety or being aware of what was going on around us, because we were in Manila and we was quite excited about getting our license and all the rest of it. So we was walking down the road, and suddenly there was these street children that came up to me, and they asked me for money. Well, I remembered, having lived in India for a while and having travelled to quite a lot of third world countries, I remembered all the things that I've learnt before, which is that you don't actually stop and talk to those street children because they might be part of a gang. So I kept moving, and so did my wife, well, wife-to-be then. And as we was walking down the road, we noticed that the children were starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger as we went further down the road. What that meant, to keep the story quite brief, was that there was more gang members waiting for us down the road, and they were getting bigger. And by this time, I think we had around about probably, I would say, 30 to 40 from small children to very large children following us down the road, and they were trying to push us down an alley. Now, I knew what they were trying to do, so we ran for it. They started running after us. Now, the thing is, what we didn't know is further down the road there were some big adults, and we're talking probably 20 to 30 guys down the bottom of this road. Now they all had weapons on them, very sharp knives. I've been told that a lot of people have guns as well, so a lot of these gang members have guns. Now I have to admit I didn't see any guns, but I did see the knives, and some of them looked like machete type things as well. So there was all kinds of stuff ready to chop us up. Anyway, we kept running, and there wasn't any police around, there was no one to help us, and very fortunately, as we ran further down the road, we was in an area where there was a lot of hair salons, and some guys actually shouted from their shop and they told us to quickly come into their store. So we quickly ran in there and they locked the door, and all these gang members, they all came running up to the door and started banging on the door. So they actually really wanted to get us, and fortunately the owner of the store said, don't worry, they can't get in here, and they're doing these sort of things all the time around here. This is notoriously dangerous in this part of Manila. And they called the police, and to be quite honest with you, the police were there within, to me it seemed like seconds, but it was probably minutes, and they actually rounded up a good, I'd say 20 to 30 of them and piled them into the car. Some of the police were actually attacking some of these street kids as well, and I felt a bit bad about that, because at the end of the day I was thinking some of these children, they probably are starving and desperate. So, you know, because there are a lot of children living on the streets in the Philippines, and it was very evident in Manila. However, we were saved by those guys at the hair salon, and then ultimately the police. They didn't round up all of the gang members. So what we did then is we rang up our chaperone, and he actually came and picked us up. What I'm trying to say, luckily I'm still here to this day, and I feel a bit silly really, because, you know, I am well travelled, so I should have known better, as I said, but it's just one of those things I put down to experience now. But I have spoken to a friend of mine who has a friend who went to Manila, and he actually had his arm chopped off because he had a Rolex watch on, and the gang members just got a machete and literally chopped part of his arm off. Not a very nice story at all. So my friend, who's American, she said, you know, if you ever go there again, be very, very careful. So if you're a foreigner planning to go to Manila, couldn't even say it then, Manila, I would highly recommend it as a holiday destination. Just be very, very careful. I've spoken to quite a lot of American friends that actually do live in Manila, and they say yes, it can be dangerous, but also if you're aware and you take precautions, then you'll be fine. And I suppose you could say even going to London in the evening could be potentially dangerous, and you just need to be aware, don't you? So, you know, that's my little story for today. So it's a little bit of a story time video. Today's positive shout out goes to Shamila. So there you go, Shamila, you've had your positive shout out. If any of my viewers would like a positive shout out, please leave your comments down below, or you can send an email. That's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.
Hi mortals, I'm Jesus. You can now purchase Gaz Reynolds Presents The G-Log, Album Volume 1 from Apple Music, Spotify, and all major outlets around the world. Includes the massive hits Electronic Kama Sutra, I Only Hear You, and Dark Lady. This is one heavenly experience you won't forget. By the way, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can watch every episode of the G-Log religiously.
Out now, Gaz Reynolds' new album, The Wedding Album, as featured on Big Review TV and Radio Harrow. Available at iTunes and all major outlets worldwide.